everyone, what's up? Thanks for hanging out with me. You're listening to your guy, Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Great to see you all. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Welcome in. Ohio State wins, and the drought is over at last. For the first time since 2019, the Ohio State Buckeyes are winners. This win feels good. This is a long time coming for the Ohio State Buckeyes. I got this one right. Finally. I get tired of looking like a damn clown. A lot of times my picks on the game have me looking like a clown. I picked Ohio State because of their talent. Winning this game, of course, that's a big thing. I really felt the Buckeyes were going to look both offensively and defensively like the team we have seen last year in the college football playoff. And yes, they looked like that team. The far superior team won on Saturday. The more balanced team won on Saturday. The more complete team won on Saturday. And think about this, the mental impact that the loss to Michigan last year had on Ohio State. I think that we're seeing a little bit of a stronger Ohio State team since that devastating, depressing loss to Michigan. It's like they started to be themselves with a good offense and a stout defense. Their offense and defense seem to have gotten better since last year's big game versus Michigan. I believe in them more than I did at this time last year. They're just good in all three phases, and we're better in all three phases. So I think that it's fair to say they are still the best team there is in college football. That's the feeling I get with the Ohio State Buckeyes, totally. I guarantee, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. I guarantee. Nobody can stop Ohio State. They're running it back for sure. And I know for sure that they could navigate the college football playoff and beat anybody they face. Not a problem. Yeah, last year with the Buckeyes, it was like people, the fans, me, I was like, man, Ryan Day is not the one for this team. And now tell me, Ryan Day is definitely a mainstay at Ohio State. Yeah, the only thing that wasn't on his resume was a Michigan win. Now he can check that off his list. In his 6 seasons as the coach, Day has guided Ohio State to the 2025 National Championship, back-to-back Big Ten championships, 2 Rose Bowl wins. And it's just Ryan Day where I just thought like, wow, everyone wanted this man fired a year ago. Exactly 1 year ago, a large portion of the Ohio State fan base wanted him fired. I remember last year's game in Columbus when they lost to Michigan, which we all remember that fans were furious with Ryan Day. It's just, it feels that the Buckeyes, to me, discovered a whole new version of themselves, which was good enough to win a national championship. And this game, particularly, it was a little shaky at first. You go down 3-0 against a team you haven't beaten in 4 meetings. The Jillian Sand interception on the first drive of the game, I was like, man, because you already know what happened last year when these 2 teams clashed. Like, God forbid, they win this game. Yeah, it was just, I felt like when Julian Sand threw the interception to give the Wolverines possession with a 3-0 lead. Then you go down 6-0, and it was like, oh no, it's going to be another one of those days where Ohio State kills themselves with critical mistakes in key spots, which could again contribute to Michigan potentially winning the game. It kind of felt that way early. Ohio State snapped back to themselves, shifted into attack mode, and dominated the rest of the game. Like Sand only was intercepted once, and after that, he locked in and played at a Heisman level the rest of the game. We're not here to talk about the past. It is funny that even though a lot of things have changed around this team, they still always bring up the 4 straight losses to Michigan. And since that loss to Michigan, the Buckeyes haven't lost anything. You think about the Michigan loss last year. And again, I think what you've got was a better version of Ohio State in terms of physicality and style of play. And it's a lot easier to be like, hey, the win over Michigan, a defining moment here right now with this season now considered a success after taking down your biggest rival. Yeah, like what depressing kind of mojo you would have to walk around had the Buckeyes lost again to the Wolverines. 2,192 days. That is how long it has been since Ohio State beat Michigan. And this game matters. This is a 128-year rivalry. This is the one day that matters for these two teams. You just know they hate each other's guts. They've been going after each other for years. The hate is real. The great thing that Ohio State showed on Saturday is the ability to handle adversity. That was a big question as they haven't been tested really this season. Like truly, the Ohio State Buckeyes, we know, are the most complete team in all of football. Who can beat them? Who can stop them? I really don't think there's a team out there that can beat the Ohio State. They are so good. Oh my gosh, they really are. The competitive character of Ohio State is incredible. Julian Sand has had a good year. He had the real Heisman moment on the road in a hostile environment in snowy, windy conditions. They've got sensational receiver talent. Cornell Tate, and of course, Jeremiah Smith, who to me made his case for the Heisman. I think with him, you're looking at the best player in the nation this year. Looks different, plays different. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak. When I look at the Buckeyes, I can't see any weaknesses. None. Nowhere on the field. An elite defense and stars all over the field. They've got really good talent everywhere. Best part of Ohio State being this elite program in college football, they can outplay teams in all aspects. And that's what you got to see in that Michigan game on Saturday. Clearly out-physicaled the Wolverines. Did what they're capable of doing to teams with an 11-minute offensive drive with 19 rushing plays to get on the board. And they didn't just beat Michigan. They dominated. Ohio State, 27. Michigan, 9. And as we saw, Ohio State could pretty much do whatever they wanted to on Saturday. Leading into the game, the rivalry game, a lot of people picked Michigan to win for a fifth straight year. Yeah, yes, we knew what the Wolverines did to them in the past. And you're right. But we also knew Ohio State entered the rivalry game ranked number one nationally in scoring defense and with the second best red zone defense in college football. So it's actually the teams, the Ohio State teams of the world, that should scare anybody the most. My headline, without even having to look back on it, is and while Ohio State really didn't emphasize the running game leading into the game, they showed how effective the run game is at a crucial time. That's the headline. The one guy who really brought it was Bo Jackson. And yeah, listen, I know the team that rushes for the most yards in this game has been amazing. Since 2001, the team that leads in the rushing category has won every game. Ohio State, 186. Michigan, 100. Bo Jackson, man, this dude couldn't be stopped. He was fantastic. It started with him running the ball as the ground game was established early. That set the tone. I felt like that just gave Ohio State the juice that they needed. By the way, Bo Jackson became the first Ohio State running back to rush for over 100 yards versus Michigan since 2019. The second half particularly, it felt like Ohio State football. And it was a little bit of relief to see the Buckeyes finally dominate the way they know how this time against the rival team that would always come away with the win. And so they came into this being like, all right, we're going to go in the big house. We're going to handle business and not lose this time. We're not losing. That ain't happening. I thought the second half was violent. There's multiple instances in that game where Michigan couldn't finish drives or put points on the board. Shout out to the Ohio State defense for being ready in this moment. And I expected them to. They turned up the physicality a notch in the second half, and Michigan was never able to match it. Great coaching plan by Ryan Day and his coaching staff. And to actually go in there and hold Michigan to 9 points, just 9 points, and dominate the line of scrimmage, it's why they're the number one defense in the country. That's also the great thing about having a guy who understands defense with his eyes closed, and clearly with Matt Patricia as the defensive coordinator. Not only does he have the blueprint, but he has given these guys the X's and O's and instilled confidence in them. Those guys genuinely love him. They love playing for him. Then you have two defensive players in Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles. It is an elite level defense that can produce. Ohio State's defense is throwing more looks in the secondary and has more pressure packages. Best defense in college football. It's not even close. 110 to -8. Michigan was shut out completely in the second half. Outscored 10-0 and was held to a season-low 63 passing yards. Not a lot of quarterback production from the young star, Bryce Underwood. So yeah, that got the job done. And that tells me everything I need to know about the game. It also tells me everything I need to know about the Ohio State. That nobody can beat them. Nobody comes close to stopping this Ohio State team. They're just so damn good. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. That's all I have for you guys right now. But you guys know I keep it coming. I keep it moving. I keep trucking along, doing my thing, putting out sports content. Hopefully you guys take the time to listen to it. If you guys take the time out of your day to listen to it, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. But your guy is going to keep coming back with more great sports talk. We got NFL talk sometime today. I definitely got to talk about USC and the Bruins. I think next year USC might be a playoff team. Hopefully, we'll talk about that. But guys, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's a work week for a lot of you. It's a Monday. Just get through it. You know, we're halfway there. So you guys take care. And hopefully I see your faces again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.